What's the challenge of keeping consistent in all areas right now? I mean, you guys have won 7 of 8, or 6 of 7, excuse me. But a season can have its ups and downs. How do you avoid falling down too low while you guys are still hot?
Big thing for us is always staying even regardless of the outcome, but we got to stay consistent with what we're doing. So we're practicing very well, a lot of energy, and our good practices have led into good games. So just keeping the main thing, and not letting distractions keep up with us is what we've been doing. It's been a recipe for success.
Is it almost a challenge to not think too much about how well you guys have been playing, or is it better to look back and say that, like, hey, look, we have a reason to be confident and continue to play confident because of this?
I think Coach said something today like block out the rearview mirror. So our next challenge is Louisville on Saturday, and we got to come with that with the best attitude, the best energy, and with that we'll do what we do.
It's one thing to say, hey, we made 14 threes, but what's setting up? What's allowing you guys to get into that kind of rhythm to get into those shots?
I mean, our offense is free-flowing, and our defense has been spectacular. So we've been able to create turnovers and just tough shots for the offense on the other team, and has led to good things on our offensive side.
Speaking of distractions and not looking past, but looking forward, people are talking about you guys as an NCAA tournament team at this point. Do you guys think about that at all, and how much is that? Is that too much for distraction? Can it be a motivator? How do you guys look at it?
It's definitely a motivator, but we're just taking it one game at a time, one day at a time, just trying to win each day, and that's our main objective.
You talked about after the Virginia game, talk about defense and the importance of not ball watching, being aware of how they're trying to screen you, the different ways they're trying to screen you. How have you seen both Bub and Jalen take that on as freshmen? Like, you're a veteran, you've seen that kind of stuff, but this is their first time seeing it at the college level. How have you seen them approach that, and how you guys prepare?
They've been locked in from practice to the game, and I knew they were going to do a good job defending those guys because they did a good job in practice. And our guys, we do a great job of just scouting in general, so it just translates to the game, and they're doing a great job.
Ish, where does that improvement in defense come from?
Just our energy, our overall effort and energy. That's something you can't coach. Our second efforts, our winning plays, that's just us. That's just who we are as individuals, and us as individuals makes us a collective group of dogs.
Just looking, I mean, you mentioned it a little earlier, just on the better shot making. How much of an impact on that has Lowe had? Just looking at him coming in and really establishing himself as kind of that point guard, something that was maybe missing. Do you think that his ability to kind of get others involved has allowed everyone to be a better shot maker?
Yeah, for sure. He definitely finds the guys. He finds everyone when they're open, hits them right on the dot, and we're able to make those shots that he gives us.
Ish, what goes through your mind when you get the ball out in transition when you're pushing the other side?
Just making the right play, honestly. That's pretty much all it is. If I see something where I can go attack a gap, then I attack a gap. If not, then we try and slow it down.
When you have a big like Fetty that runs the floor, gets out there fast, runs the rim to rim, how does that help you, to have that option? You got shooters around the outside, you got him charging at the rim.
Yeah, Fed does a great job of spreading the floor. It opens up lanes for us and lanes for himself, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You got to pick your poison.
Do you guys feel the excitement building around your team right now, just with the run you've been on and the time of the season we're in? Do you feel the extra hype?
For us, we just, like I said before, we try and stay even kill, try and block out the noise, good or bad, because in an instance, it could be a flip from what it is now. So we're just trying to go day by day and keep our spirits high, keep our energy high, and keep on keeping on, honestly.
What was the reception like when you came back? This was kind of a monumental win for you.
It was a big win. I mean, I bet for everybody, family, friends, reaching out, hey, great game, this and that. But for us, we're the ones on the court, and we're the ones who have to get these wins. So we just keep on keeping on and stacking wins.
Do you pay attention to bracketology at all?
It's hard not to, but I try and stay away from it just to give myself peace of mind, because everybody has an opinion and it's all posted online. So I just try and keep everything in-house, and the guys do too.
Do you think the rest of the guys kind of have that similar mentality where it's hard not to, maybe take a peek, but you don't let it control your, every thought?
Exactly. You just said it. Don't let it control your every thought.
Ish, I asked you this like maybe 2 weeks ago. Coming off the bench with this win streak now, is it like a superstition thing? Are you better with it, or do you just want your feet on the floor no matter what?
Feet on the floor. Just trying to win ball games. That's what I was brought here to do, and we're doing a good job of it right now.
What kind of adjustments did you make? You talked about this earlier this season, but learning the pace and guys are a bit taller, a bit faster, a bit stronger in the ACC. What kind of adjustments did you make to learn how to finish better? Because that's one thing I noticed. Like, you're much more consistent the past, let's say, month and a half to 2 months when you get to the rim.
Just working on touch, because like you said, they are taller, more long. So just find different ways to get it over a defender instead of always getting my body into them. Maybe I stop short floater. So it's all based around touch, honestly, and just feel for the game.
You still feeling any soreness in your shoulder from earlier, or is that completely better now?
Shoulder feels good. Shoulder feels really good. DA took care of me, and we got my shoulder back on.
Was
the
there
right
ever
track.
concern that that wasn't going to go away, that was going to be something that kind of lingered throughout the year?
For a second, honestly, it hurt so bad that I thought it was going to be a struggle throughout the season. But I've been with DA for a long time, and this isn't our first rodeo with injury, so did a good job.
Coming off a big, huge win to face a team who you've already beat handily, how do you not look past them?
Same approach each game, same approach. We got to go into practice with our same mindset, leave everything out on the floor, and the rest will take care of itself. But just staying even and seizing the opportunity in front of us is something we've really been trying to do these past couple weeks. Not looking too far ahead, not looking too far behind.
When you go back and watch the film from that first game against Louisville, do you even recognize that team that was playing them, or do you feel like a different squad now?
Yeah, I know one of their players didn't play, but for us, everything stays the same. We just gotta do what we do and follow the scout, and that's the recipe for success.
When you guys are playing offense, like how often is coach calling a set play versus letting you guys run your own thing versus saying get the ball in this guy's hands? Like how does that work out?
It's a set every once in a while, but he gives us the freedom to make the right play. He instills trust in us, and we have trust within each other to make the right play. So
Does that change kind of later in the games? Is coach trying to slow things down, take a little bit more control? Like how does it change later in games?
yeah, it's all about scenario. If we're up and we don't need a quick bucket, slow it down, and vice versa. So it's all just feel for the game. He has a pretty good feel for the game, a great one.
On the note of Jeff, in your opinion, where is his coaching expertise best on display? Is it, a play coming out of a timeout? Is it an inbound play? Is it knowing when to sub in and sub out the right guys? Or is it even just building a locker room and a family? Like, what, in your opinion, makes him such a great coach? Where does it shine the brightest?
For me, it's just building a culture. So I came in, and that's something he sold me on. And looking back, it's come to fruition, honestly. Like, just the culture around here, like, we like each other. We're happy to play for each other. We're happy for each other. And that shows on the court, whether you guys see it or not. So that's just the biggest thing for me. He just built a fantastic culture.
How hard is that to do in today's game? I mean, because it's a new roster pretty much for every team every year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's not common in a lot of programs.
It's extremely tough to do. Everybody has to be bought in, and a lot of times that just isn't the case. But here, it's definitely the case, and it's thanks to Coach K.
Ish, you've been asked a few times about Blake. Now that you're about 3/4 of the way through the season, what's it been like to be his teammate?
It's incredible. He's a great leader. Honestly, we follow suit with however he's going. So it's just been a great time, just being next to him, being on the court with him. Just his energy is just contagious. Like, we see Blake get a bucket, just like, here we go. It's like you could just feel the energy through each player on the court and in the bench when he does something, even when he talks to us pregame. So it's been great being by his side.
Is it like that on the practice court?
For sure. Energetic, always high energy, so we compete.
What was it like for you to watch him kind of battle through his own slump this year? Because there was a point in time where he wasn't making a lot of shots, and Jeff, you can kind of talk about him struggling to get through the mental aspect of that. What was that like for you to watch him overcome that?
It was great because honestly, the amount of work he puts in he deserves it. So the slump, we knew he was going to get over it, and he did at the right time. So he's back to where he usually is, where he needs to be for us to win.
Back when you were
Always sunny with Blake.
What'd you say?
It's always sunny with Blake. That's what they said.
Yeah, for sure. He's always smiling, competitive guy, high energy. So
back when you were you guys started 1-5 in the ACC, early struggles, and there were questions. Blake spoke a lot of confidence about the direction that this team was headed. He was saying that kind of stuff to us. Did you guys hear? Like, did you guys pay attention to stuff that he says at the podium, or does he say did he say the same things to you guys in the locker room? What was he like during those times?
He was just encouraging us to not drop our heads. It's a long season. If we get hot at the right time, then we're in the speaks of the tournament. So just when we're down, instilling confidence in us, and even when we're up, still instilling confidence in us. It's just who he is and the person that we need him to be.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ish.